doing a little scouting here up in the hills for a deer hunt next week. And then after that, I'm off to do a desert bighorn sheep hunt in the Henry Mountains. I drew out this year after putting in for 20 plus years, so it's pretty cool. But what I wanted to talk about really quick is this Israel attack by Hamas. Now, Hamas is in the Gaza. You have Hezbollah in the north up in Lebanon. These are both proxy terrorist organizations, proxy for Iran. So my guess is Israel will take care of business with Hamas in a way that we probably haven't seen. This is not good, folks. This is not good. I think Israel is looking at every angle on this. It is surprising how they were caught so much off guard. I don't think that will happen again, and heads are going to roll for this. So I think here's some of my thoughts. With us in Ukraine and basically at war with Russia, we're supplying there. We have people there. We have given them billions and billions, and we're providing them tanks and air support. We're basically at war with Russia. So here's what I think could easily happen is Russia could say, look, the US is attacking us, and they could say it to China, to Iran, whoever really doesn't like us, and say, you know, we'll help you if you help us. And then Iran would say, okay, we'll help, but we need your help with Israel. And that's where I think Russia could say, okay, fine, we don't really care that much about Israel, we'll help you there. And China would love to do both, I think. So this is really gearing up. Now, the biblical prophecies, Ezekiel 38 and 39, we also have Daniel, and we have the book of Revelation. Now, some feel like the battle of Gog and Magog is at the end of the millennium. I'm not one of those. I think it is the battle that will take place, that will usher in the millennial reign of Jesus Christ. There will be a battle, and it will be intense, and it will be the greatest battle that Israel's ever seen. So part of me says, you know, this is just a lead up, and as bad as it is, we have death toll, I think, over 200. This is crazy. And Israel's a tiny little speck in the Middle East, but it is a force to be reckoned with. So that's just my quick take on this. I know most of you are glued in. The mainstream news is okay, but they'll always paint a picture of the Palestinians being a victim, and the Gaza, and that Israel invaded and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not one of those. I don't even say the West Bank. I say Judea and Samaria, the biblical heartland of Israel. And the West Bank does not exist in my mind. And so the compromise that Israel did with the Gaza Strip to appease, you don't give up the chosen land. You don't give up pieces of the chosen land. This is what you end up with. So Hamas has been able to flourish. Sue and I were with a tour a few years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Can't remember. And we went to Bet Lehi. Many of you have been there. It's a dig. It's probably the closest I've been to the Gaza area. And we did see missiles going, but I think it was more of a training kind of thing. But it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. So stay on top of things. Be looking. But you can see how things can align. Now, the UN has been against Israel on virtually everything. So whenever there's a UN resolution, It's hardly ever for and behalf of Israel. It's always against Israel, and you can look that up. So in a sense, the world is against Israel. Now, the U.S. Under the current administration is giving lip service to support of Israel, but in all reality, you can feel that it's not there. Now, uh, Saudi Arabia and a few other of the Arab nations are they with the Abraham Accords and other things going on. They've been trying to work things out with Israel for trade and economics because they, in a lot of ways, it benefits both. In fact, when we first went to Israel, um, we were in Israel to go to Egypt, but we had to fly to Jordan to get to Egypt. But now you can actually from Tel Aviv to Cairo, I think, and back and forth, which is kind of cool. So this is what you want. You want an openness. You want borders, but you want the ability to trade with other countries and to have commerce and interchange. You can see that in the Book of Mormon when they have these abilities to do this, they prosper and things work out. But this hatred between two brothers, right? Um, it's between um, Isaac and Ishmael, and then it perpetuated through Jacob and Esau. These two brothers fighting, and the hatred. But I will say, not to pick sides, but the Palestinian terror. So like I said, you have Hamas in the south, in the Gaza area, Hezbollah north, and then you have the Houthis in Yemen, a terrorist organization south of Israel, but hate Israel. And then within Israel and the Palestinian areas, particularly in Samaria, you have these little groups, in the ancient city of Shechem or Nablus now. And I think they're called the Lion's Den or Gate or something. And they're another group, but they're small and they just do stupid, crazy things, killing just random Jews, and it's just horrible. I think Israel's let it go on too much in trying to appease. I think they need to take over the Temple Mount. Hamas has said that their attack is in retaliation to the Alexa Mosque. I'm pronouncing that wrong. I got a mental block right now of but Al-Aqsa Mosque. Now, it's not the Dome of the Rock. That's a shrine. There's an actual mosque on the temple site. And so they say that the Jews have desecrated that, and so this is them taking out by doing these cowardly attacks in southern Israel and throughout. It's not that big of a country. It's about the size of the state of New Jersey. So it might be longer, but it's just, distances isn't that great. And so what affects southern Israel is, and where Jerusalem is about in the center, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Jerusalem, I should say, and then you have Tel Aviv. So that's kind of my take. But everything, in my opinion, is for the second coming. The focus of the events is going to be in the land of Israel. That is the covenant land, and all the prophecies lead to that. So that's my take on it, guys. Thanks for just your good comments and your being awake and being aware. I just highly recommend that you stay on top of it and really, really pay close attention. I know there are people taking tours this fall towards the end of October and going there. I would continue to plan on doing that. My guess is this will be taken care of in pretty short order, but that's just a guess. And I'm always optimistic. If it were me and I was planning a tour this fall for there, I would definitely just go. If there was the ability to, I would do it. I've been there where they've shut down, like last fall. They had regional attacks, and one was in it was in Hebron. We couldn't go there, and the other one was in Shechem, and we couldn't go there. And it wasn't that our tour or our group, or when I was with Jesse, that we couldn't. Um, if we could have, we would have done it. But it was the government. It was the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, that said no. It's closed off. So those kind of things can happen. And when you go to Israel, you have to be flexible, and you have to realize that there's certain things that you may not be able to do. One is the Temple Mount. I've been fortunate that every time I've been able to go to Israel, I've been able to make it onto the Temple Mount. But that doesn't always happen. One time we couldn't get to Bethlehem. It's in what the world calls the West Bank, but it's in Judea area, and it's Palestinian, and they have their own set of rules, and they had shut it off one time down there. So things can happen that way, but just to be in the promised land, in the land of Israel, is such a blessing. It's life-changing. So I wouldn't stress if the government and everybody says, yeah, come on, we'll take care of you. It's a safe place to be when it comes to that. I know the footage that we're seeing now is, and especially if you've gone online and see some real gruesome things, it's bad. But in the cities and in the many sacred biblical sites, they're safe. So that's it. I love y'all. We'll talk to you soon. God bless. Thank you for your love and support, and for staying connected, and keep the information going. I'm just a cog in this. You guys many of you know way more than I do, but I'm just a voice. So love you. See you. Bye.